Hello, and welcome to Point of View, where we give students a place to listen, learn, and lean in. We're your hosts, Jordan,
Rahul,
Delisa,
and Rachel. And today, we'll be discussing our favorite Christmas movies and the tropes they fall under. So let's start off first with, we have out of our little list, discussing our favorite movies. Jordan, do you want to lead off?
So my favorite Christmas movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I believe it's a Christmas movie. It's like The Nightmare Before Christmas is like a Wednesday, if you think about it. It's in between like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, just like it's in between Halloween and Christmas. It has Halloween aspects, but then it also has Christmas aspects because Santa is in the movie. And I strongly believe it's a Christmas movie, and I don't think anyone can prove me wrong.
So you say it's a Wednesday, like a Wednesday movie. Would you think of it as like a movie you watch at like Thanksgiving break? Because you say it's right in between, and Thanksgiving is right in between.
I don't. I watch it for Halloween. I watch it for Christmas. I don't actually. Hold on. Well, I don't know because I don't watch any like holiday movies during Thanksgiving because like there is no Thanksgiving movie, so I just watch
Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. Wait, no, that's not Halloween. Is that Halloween?
Well,
I don't know. Anyway,
just because it has the word pumpkin in it.
Yeah, I thought there was a Thanksgiving one though. I don't know.
there probably is, but we can't recall the name right now.
I don't know.
Charlie Brown got all the movies.
That he does.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite?
So my favorite is obviously How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's also one of the only Christmas movies I know, other than like the cheesy ones you see on TV about like the love, the romance.
The Hallmark
The royalty guy comes into the small town trope
Christmas
type
Prince
movies.
from Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, but
The
The
Big
Grinch Stole
Town Lawyer.
Christmas is definitely like one of my favorites because it has like the trope, oh, I hate Christmas, but then I love it. And it's like, oh, family love, whatever crap, that they put in there. And it's like, low-key makes you like cry a little towards the end because like this evil person that everyone hates like suddenly is like super nice. And it's like the Scrooge turned good type vibe. So yeah.
For me, it probably has to be Home Alone because, well, one, it's a classic, and two, it's just generally like a very wholesome movie in the sense that like it's like a mix of like serious, heartwarming moments and like moments that have like they're just like wacky and funny with the, involving the two burglars. I do not remember their names, but the two tropes that I believe fall under this movie easily has to be so the movie's definitely centered around children, easily, yeah. And then another one has to be that the main character, I do not remember his name right now, initially hates Christmas or like doesn't believe it and like doesn't realize like, oh, I hate Christmas, and then eventually towards the end like understands it, kind of like grows to like it.
Yeah, and family. I'll include family because when he was like starting to miss his family, and he was like, "Dang, I kind of want them back here."
Yeah.
One question: which one do you like better, the first one where he stays at home, or the second one when he gets stuck in New York?
I'm probably gonna say the first one because like even though the second one is unique, but like the first one is like that classic like good
Yeah.
old. You know what I mean? It's like it's old, but it's gold.
Yeah.
Old gold.
Exactly.
As for mine, it was actually a pretty recent one. It was in like 2019. It was Last Christmas with, oh, I forgot her name. I think it's Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. And it's like, she works at this Christmas shop and she absolutely hates it and then meets this guy. And then it's this whole, I don't know I can't give it away. There's such like a big plot twist at the end. But it was my first like movie that I like sobbed to in the movie theater. Like that movie got me. But it was so sweet and so loving, and it's low-key a romance. And I just like love romance. It's the hopeless romantic in me. But I don't exactly know. I don't think we marked that like it had a specific trope to it. It was just like a holiday Christmas movie, like I don't want to say traditional because it's not like one of the classics, but it's still pretty good.
It sounds like one of those words like, oh, I find my true love around the Christmas season. Because, like, Christmas is supposed to be, like, family love type idea.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the Christmas season, like, sparks that kind of idea,
Yeah.
I think.
I that's kind of a stretch, but I can see that, though. One
I would disagree just because there's the twist at the end just completely disproves your whole
like understanding of the movie. Right?
No,
Okay.
your whole trope identification. Like,
Oh.
it's sure it's love and stuff, and it is, but at the end it's not. And
What happened?
No.
I'm not gonna watch it. Tell me.
But the people listening might want to watch it.
Okay.
Should we just put a little spoiler?
Yeah,
Probably.
just a spoiler alert.
Okay, spoiler for
Yeah.
like, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds. He's actually like fake and he gave her his heart, and so she's like hallucinating that he's there. And like he like takes her throughout this whole thing, and it's really
Oh my
sweet.
God.
And
I saw that on YouTube and I chose not to watch that movie because I did not want to be disappointed.
it was
Oh,
so
wait,
good.
so like, it's like she had like a heart thing and she gave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Goodness.
come
I'm so
on.
lost.
Okay,
It's like-
Explain
okay.
it again.
Okay.
Wanna-
Well,
okay, okay.
that's the whole ending of the spoiler. But yeah, so
Mhm.
it's a hard movie to identify. Do you guys want to do Polar Express?
Oh, love that
no.
movie.
Instant classic.
I love
I love that movie.
Express.
Even with the weird CGI.
Yeah, that CGI
Yes.
was goofy.
But
But like,
isn't like Tom Hanks one of the kids?
yeah,
Like, come on.
He's like, oh, I thought he was the conductor.
Well, he's the conductor. He was Santa Claus. He was one of the kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, I saw him in like the CGI suits. He looks kind of goofy.
I always get compared to that little girl.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
You watched it?
I think I did when I was like younger, but not recently, no.
I agree. I think it's probably like it's one of those like school movies that you watch.
Yeah.
Like-
for
Like
sure.
in
I
fifth
definitely, like-
grade in the winter party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, not the winter parties. I forgot about those.
But I
love
definitely
Polar
follows that like
Believing.
doesn't believe in Christmas
Yeah.
and then does type of trope.
and it's also like centered around children too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else?
We've argued Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go around and we all know Jordan thinks it's a Christmas movie. Delisa?
I think it is. I mean, the entire point is like he's bored with his old life and then he's like, "Oh, Christmas seems cool." And then he like completely destroys Christmas and then they fix it. I don't know if it's like what type of trope would it fall under though? That's my question. I'm like,
Yeah, like I
I-
was thinking, there's no trope. Like, well, I was gonna say romance, but like the romance between him and Sally have nothing to do with Christmas. It's just a crush that she's always had on him.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I guess. I mean, it obviously will be 3, but it'll probably be that Santa actually exists because he's in the movie. But I guess it's probably gonna be like a weird twist of like initially hates it, but like he initially like thinks it's new, but towards the end kind of like understands the value of it.
Mhm.
oh
Of, like,
yeah,
the
that
value of
makes sense.
Each individual holiday, how they all have their own spark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
almost all the movies can fall under the trope where it's like the characters in the beginning don't realize the value of Christmas, but then they understand it. Like no matter what movie it is, like romance, anything could fall under that trope.
Yeah, I think it's like the very bare backbone of like a lot of these movies.
Yeah, I feel like the entire foundation of Christmas movies is like understanding what Christmas truly is. Like it's
Yeah.
not gifts, it's not like hot chocolate, like whatever.
It's like the time you spend with family.
Yeah.
Like, the people you spend, like, the time you spend with the
yeah,
people you love.
it's about like the energy and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I've never watched it, but I've been surrounded by the debate for a long time. So
Mm.
I'll say Christmas movie. I feel like hearing what Delisa said about the plot, that it sounds like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I'd probably say Christmas movie too.
Yeah. Oh, what about Elf? I mean, I
love that movie. I love it.
I like that movie, but like it's been like so long, I do not remember what happened.
I
Like-
remember being so annoyed by him. He was just so obnoxious.
So it's like Santa goes to New York
Yeah.
and he like pretty much kidnaps a baby from an
Oh.
orphanage and then raise him and with his 6-foot self around a bunch of like elves. But he thinks he's an elf, but like everyone's like, you're human. And then he goes to New York to try to find like his real parents. He
Okay.
finds his dad, and his dad is the person who hates Christmas. Christmas is dumb, and he's kind of like the workaholic too.
Okay.
Because he's always working because he's like a storybook writer.
Mm.
And then he falls in love. Then he shows his dad that Christmas is like happy-go-lucky. And then like Santa just swoops down and says, "Hey." And then everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" Only the people in New York eat too. Only like they're the only ones who knew what actually happened.
Oh wow.
Dude, they must land in Central Park though. Like
Oh, yeah.
every
Yeah.
New York Christmas movie, they always
Central
land in
Park.
Central Park.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess that's the only place for them to land.
That is true. Yeah.
I like that movie, and I feel like a mix of maybe it's like, oh, Santa actually exists. I think that's like. Oh, and then what about his dad at the end? Like, does
Oh,
his
yeah.
dad not find
Like,
love, but, like
Because I kind of understands how, because he like at first didn't understand why people care so much about Christmas. Like, why are you guys like literally jumping off walls about Christmas? But then he like finally kind of understood how, because even like him not liking Christmas like put like a damaging effect on his wife and his like other son, whatever his name is, because his other son was like Christmas, like Christmas. But then like his dad was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But like I was saying, it's like family getting together and like kind of like what Delisa was saying, same thing, realizing like how Christmas can affect certain people, not just about like Santa and the gifts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Under the assumption that all Christmas movies are about family, I guess you could argue that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is also a Christmas movie. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, but I swear in the first scene, he's like walking in snow. So you know what?
Wintertime, just wintertime.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like the whole like a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle can't be a square. So it's like all Christmas movies can be about family, but not all movies about family can be Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Did I say that right? Delisa's
Would it not be the opposite though? Like all family movies can be about Christmas, but not all Christmas movies can be about family.
I guess it's like it bends weirdly.
Wait, I think you said it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like
is that not what I said?
You said the opposite.
Oh.
Yeah. So I feel like because like Christmas is like the essence of it is like understanding the value and like having your family around you. I feel like all family movies can in some way be about like Christmas theme. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because if you think about, there is a lot of movies where like the families are having struggles, and the one time the family gets together is like during the holiday season.
Exactly.
And that's when they all start like loving each other and like actually seeing each other as family and not as like randos off the streets.
I swear, like I watched like I think it was a Good Luck Charlie episode where they went on like a ski trip.
Oh.
And then it was like, I think it might have been a movie too.
Oh yeah.
But they went on a ski trip and they finally understood and like weren't like bashing each other constantly. There was like a bunch of problems going on and they finally fixed them because they went on that trip. So it's kind of interesting to think about like what makes a Christmas movie.
There's just one other movie that like is constantly like that's constantly about, is it actually a holiday movie? And this movie is The Rise of the Guardians. So what do you guys think about it?
I mean, the first shot is like complete winter time,
That is
so
true.
just based on that idea.
Well, the whole story is about Jack Frost, and he's like the frosty guy, so it's gotta be during winter.
And Santa is there in like a weird personification.
That's the best
Oh my
Santa
god,
ever.
that is the best.
Yeah.
That is the best iteration of Santa. Like he's okay. Jack Frost, he's like a frosty guy.
Yeah.
You can't just do it during the summer where there's no snow. The whole premise is that it's like the Guardians. It's like the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny, Santa.
I feel like it does fall into the trope of like family because it's like the Guardians are a family. It's like
Yes.
family and friends
Yeah.
type trope.
And like Jack, he becomes a Guardian.
Yeah, and also the idea of like believing in all these like figures and like having those like values, like believing in Santa, like that type of theme.
So like with all the Guardians, would you think that it's more? It could be a Christmas movie, but it could also be like an Easter movie, or because I literally got the movie as a DVD at Easter.
Yeah, I think it could like
It's just
fall under anything.
It's just any holiday movie.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's like also something that I would personally watch during like my Christmas break.
Making me want to watch the movie again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of reminds me of what was the one we were talking about before? The Night Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because think about it. What's his face?
Mm-hmm.
The blackness guy. Like.
Pitch.
He wanted to take like. He wanted there to only be like nightmares because you know if you haven't seen the movie you're too late. Anyway.
Killing Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman, because he wanted to like take over nightmares, and then that was like slowly draining like the children believing, and then that means like Christmas and Easter and like believing in a tooth fairy were all being drained. Same thing what Jack the Skeleton did in Night Before Christmas. He took over Christmas, ruining like. And like Christmas sounds like all falling apart because people are like, this is just not Christmas. So I feel like it's on the same boat as The Nightmare Before Christmas. So like, what type of movie it could be?
I guess it's probably like, there's probably one more trope that we probably could have talked about too. It's the idea of saving Christmas and its values.
Oh, that's true. That's like the Grinch, like
That's
the
like
little
the Grinch,
girl.
yeah. That's like
The little girl in the
movie,
Grinch, like that's her entire thing is like.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that. She believes that her entire town, all they care about is like the gifts and stuff.
Yeah, but like but she's saying that there's more to Christmas than just the gifts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like a huge central theme. Is like.
oh, like Arthur Christmas. He tries to save Christmas because they forgot one person, like one little girl, and everyone's like, it's just like one girl, yada yada yada. But they're like, that's still one girl that like believe that you'll come, and that you come every year, and then one year you just don't show up because he was trying to like save. Well, yeah, sort of save Christmas. Yeah, like saving, like believing in Christmas. That idea.
But there's kind of like a paradox where there's like Christmas movies that are about like believing in Santa Claus or believing in this, and where it's like, oh, it's not just about Santa Claus, it's about like the value in family. So I feel like there's kind of like a paradox there in like what makes a Christmas movie.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's like two interesting things. But now it's about like, what do you guys think are the top Christmas tropes, like personally for you?
Like our top 3?
I would say top one.
Okay, you want to lead us? You got it.
So mine is definitely like, it starts off with like an evil person like the Grinch or the Scrooge, and then they like slowly like learn the value of Christmas, and like they start believing in either the value of Christmas or like Santa Claus or something along those lines. And then it's like really sappy towards the end, and it makes me cry every time. I would say that is definitely my favorite trope. Or the one where it's like a chaotic family, they can't get along, it's Christmas season or it's the holiday season, and like slowly throughout the movie all these like crazy events happen and they eventually learn to like work together. Because I have a big family, so that trope is like pretty much relatable for me.
Yeah, the one trope that really hits home for me probably has to be the trope that talks about the movie trope that a Christmas movie is centered around children. Because one thing I kind of noticed is that there's like so much more creativity in a lot of those movies, as like a lot of the children well, this is general with like a lot of other Christmas stories, like where like the whole family goes on like wacky adventure, but like with like a children Christmas movie, it's like that wacky sense or like that adventurous sense gets like amplified a lot more.
Okay, so I'll have to say my favorite trope, and shout out to my dad and my sister because we're like Hallmark. We practically made Hallmark with the amount of movies, but I love the workaholic trope. Like the like girl or the guy who works in a big city and they don't like do anything Christmas related, but then they go to like a small little like town like up they go to a small town up north, and I just like that they find more outside of like they like don't, because they only think about Christmas like, oh, Santa, like, yada yada yada, right? But then they learn like the get-togethers that the town has, and like getting with the family, and like learning like we were talking about the true meaning of Christmas, and I think that's really cute. I really think it's cute, and Hallmark is not that bad. No, every time a movie starts playing, me and my dad, like if it's just me and my dad, what we'll do is we'll guess what we think is gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna forget like who she is and fall in love with like the like Prince Charming of the town.
The hunk.
Yeah, but we're always right.
Yeah, but I will say there is something like kind of nice about being able to predict everything that's gonna happen and still enjoying the movie. Like there are times where I've watched like those types of romance movies that I'm like rolling my eyes. I'm like, guys, why are you watching this like with my family? But I secretly like it.
Yeah.
So like, I mean.
Yeah. As for my tropes, I don't know if I'm not a very decisive person, so it's very hard to me to like pick an exact trope. So I'll just rank my movies instead. Yeah, I'll just rank my movies. So for like I had said Last Christmas because I just adore romance. I don't think we talked about this, but like the Nutcracker, I don't know if it's necessarily like an official movie. I've seen like movies of the ballet. So if that may be a little unorthodox, but like if you consider it a Christmas quote unquote movie, I love Nutcracker. Like I have friends who perform it every year, and it's just classic, gorgeous.
I'll consider a Christmas movie because she gets the Nutcracker for Christmas. Yeah, and that's how it all starts. So, like,
okay.
So that also brings up the debate. Like, is it a Christmas movie because it happens during Christmas?
But like,
I would say it's not a Christmas movie, but it is a movie you watch during Christmas.
Yeah.
Then it's a winter movie.
Yeah.
It's a winter movie. And then, I don't know. Now you're stressing me out. But like, just if there's I just want a happy ending. I want something that will make me feel good and make me feel happy at the end. I just like holiday movies. And we're also off school, so I have like actual time to like watch them. This concludes this episode. Thank you so much for listening. For a transcript of this episode, head to the Point of View tab on our website, nhsmessenger.org, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at NHS Point of View for updates and new episodes. We've been your hosts, Rachel,
Jordan,
Delisa.
And Rahul.
and this has been Point of View.